Kayla Kamara.
Joyreen Fashion's closing sale. Hurry, more garments reduced to $29. 491 Portrush Road, Glenunga.
A man and woman have been found dead at a Glen retirement village. It's being treated as a suspected murder-suicide and major crime detectives are investigating. Superintendent Matt Nan says they were called to the Barnes Road address just after 8 this morning.
Police are still at the scene and it is an ongoing investigation to determine the circumstances of what has occurred, but it appears rather tragic.
An 11-year-old boy has been grabbed in a southern suburbs car park and to get away he stomped on the man's foot. Police say the alleged assault happened just after 4:30 yesterday afternoon near Wilfred Taylor Reserve on States Road at Morford Vale. The suspect has been described as Caucasian with a solid build, aged in his late 30s to 40s with blonde brown hair and a brown beard. He was wearing a white t-shirt and long black shorts. Two ovals, a community centre, aquatic facilities and a club museum are just some of the things the Crows have planned for their move to Theberton. The club's decided the Thebe Oval is the best option for its new base. Mayor of West Torrens Council Michael Coxon says now the site's been identified, things will move quickly.
There's clearly the finer detail that's got to be worked through in terms of plans and planning approvals and so on. But at this stage, things are looking very, very positive and we're really pleased that the Crows have considered West Torrens as the solution for their relocation.
A new survey shows voters would like next week's Jobs and Skills Summit to focus on wages rather than worker shortages. The Resolve strategic poll shows 63% of people are expected to suffer a real cut to their income this year. The high cost of living is eating into take-home pay. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says the federal government is trying to address the issue as best as it can.
We will be introducing a budget in October that, for example, will reduce the cost of medicine. We have a plan to reduce the cost of childcare. So there are things that the government can do. It can't solve everything.
John Farnham's family is describing a marathon surgery to remove a tumour from his mouth a magnificent success. The Australian music legend is in a stable condition following the near 12-hour procedure. Close friend Gaynor Wheatley says his wife Jill was the one who insisted he see the doctor.
It was a couple of weeks ago and I think John suffers from that man thing that says I'm fine, and it was lucky, and we have Jill to thank to take him to the doctors and found this lesion in his mouth, which has now been taken out and addressed.
Now turning to 5AA Sport. The ongoing turmoil at Essendon has seen more directors quit the club. Eddie Summerfield has more.
New Essendon President Dave Barham's unsuccessful attempt to lure Alistair Clarkson is continuing to claim scalps at the Bombers. Chief Executive Xavier Campbell quitting despite being contracted for the next 2 years.
Dave deserves to have someone that's absolutely aligned and in behind the plan.
His exit isn't the only one from the hangers since Sunday's sacking of coach Ben Rutten. Rutten backers Paul Brasher and Simon Madden leaving their board positions effective immediately, while Finance Director Peter Allen and Football Director Sean Wellman will leave once replacements for their spots are found.
Sometimes there's fundamental decisions that are made that mean that it's in the best interest of the club that people step away.
The final 22 in the All-Australian team will be announced later today. 3 players from the Crows and Port Adelaide are in the running. And Formula One says it has no plans to reintroduce a race in Russia after Sochi was scratched from the circuit. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Melrose Park, there's a smash on South Road near Corona Avenue. At Unley, got another collision there, Unley Road near Oxford Terrace. At Prospect, urgent telecommunication works, Prospect Road near Regency Road. And Highgate intersection works are continuing. Fulton Road at Crossroads, speeds reduced and pretty slow going at the moment through there. Cameras, Clark Terrace, Seaton and George Street at Fibberton. Get the new Audi A3 Sportsback 35 TFSI from 51,495 drive away with 5-year manufacturer's warranty. T's and C's at audi.com.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast. Showers tonight, a low of 9. Showers tomorrow, 16. Friday, partly cloudy and 16. And Saturday, partly cloudy and 18. Right now, it's 13 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
A murder-suicide at Glynn. The victims both 92 years old. The deportation fight for an SA couple who've lived here 18 years. See the world-class headquarters the Crows plan for Theberton. Plus the new sporting complex planned for Adelaide's north. And how to make thousands from pre-loved goods. I'm Brent Braglis. See the full story on 9 News tonight at 6.
Jade Robran, talking Adelaide on 1395 5AA.
Welcome back to Afternoons. It's 7 minutes past 3 o'clock, and it is that time of week where we talk tech with Richard Pascoe.
Hello, welcome to Tech Talk.
5AA Tech Talk with Richard Pascoe.
Welcome to the show, Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers, your technology specialist. How are you today?
Jade.
Might help if I turn your mic on. There you go.
I'm very good, thanks, Jade. So, are we on camera?
Yeah, we are.
On camera,
Hello,
yes.
everybody
Hello,
tuning
everybody.
in.
Earlier today, I was standing in a field just outside of Littlehampton, freezing. I was going to say something else. Freezing.
Your tushy off.
Freezing my
Your
tushy
toes off.
tushy off at the toe. Participating in a podcast for, let's say, farmers, that city farmers that go up and tend fields up in the hills.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, it was lovely. Lovely spot up there.
Yeah, that is a gorgeous part of the world.
It's very, very nice.
Well, let's talk about the cloud. What's happening?
We had this question from a Tammy. She asked me about the cloud on there. So, first of all, she said a lot of people don't understand what the cloud is. The cloud is, do you understand it?
Nah.
Not at all.
When you say, put it in the cloud, save it in the cloud, I just nod and grin. Go,
So it's using the internet to store it basically on somebody else's computer.
Okay.
Right? But that somebody else is a big organisation. So when I've got a copy on my computer, my laptop or my tablet, and and it's automatically saved into the cloud, and we'll use iPhones for an example, it's automatically being saved. You've got a photo on your phone, you've got a photo sitting at Apple.
Yes.
So it duplicates it all the time. So it's an instant backup for people. Because it should, the cloud makes it easier for people to go along and do this. So it's everything we've got on our devices. So on the iPhone, you turn on iCloud backup, and everything is backed up to it. On Windows computers, this morning I set up OneDrive, which comes free with Office 365, which does cost you $99 here. But they've got a terabyte of storage. And what you can do is you can set up the whole computer to back up to the cloud. So if I add a document in, it's added on the cloud as well. And if I lost the computer tomorrow, or it's with the house burnt down or the office burnt down, go and buy a new computer, log in, and everything comes back down. It's the easiest backup that you can do.
I don't get that part though. It feels like there needs to be a little locker with a key that I unlock and I get the cloud out.
But you do have a locker because you have a username, which is your email address, and a password. And you turn on the security settings on there. So to make sure that nobody can get into your account. And that's where we do things like two-factor authentication. Because we lock all of this down, and it's if I did some work in my car for a while, but I didn't turn the internet on. I made a couple of documents on there, turned it on later, and it just instantly was on here and will be on all my other computers that I've got as well.
So do you have to turn that on?
No.
Or does it automatically do that?
No, as soon as you've got the internet, it backs up. It just backs up straight away. Everything that you do just goes straight up there.
Which is why when I got a new phone the other day and they just logged on, everything was just transferred over.
Because you had iCloud backup turned on. You can do it for Windows computers, Apple computers, iPhones, tablets, Android. On the Android system, I'm putting it down as a matter of fact now. Everybody I go and see where I swap their phones over from one Android phone to another, we install Google One on there, which means that everything, my text messages, all backed up. Buy a new phone, install Google One first, everything comes back down.
Okay.
Add another text message on there, it's backed up. People say, is it safe? It's very safe. To me, it's far safer than plugging in a portable hard drive. Yeah. Because they die. Is it cheap? 50 gig on an iPhone's $1.49 a month. It's good insurance policy. It's $1.49.
It is a good insurance policy, for sure.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to have folder upon folder. I understand it now. I've learnt something new.
And, on the, with OneDrive, with the backup that they've got, the 1 terabyte as well, you pay $99 for an up-to-date copy of Word, Office, Excel, Outlook, PowerPoint, the whole thing, whether it's on Windows or Apple, it doesn't matter. I just left somebody to come here before, and we set up OneDrive on there, and everything's backing up this afternoon.
No wonder they're a multi-billion-dollar company if we've all got to fork out $99.
$99.
I know.
It's a cheap service.
Well, I know it's cheap for us, but then you think everybody that does it in the world, I mean, no wonder. It's
but
smart.
it's still,
wish I'd thought of it.
It's still a minute part of Microsoft business. People think in Microsoft with Windows is that, we all think one of the most important ones that they've got. We don't actually rank, I think it's about number 4 or number 5 in their revenue stream. That's where we come in.
What is their number 1?
It's cloud-based storage software, Azure, I think, from the top of my head.
Wow. Okay. I thought it would have been iPhones or something like that.
No, not for Microsoft. That's
that's
Apple.
true. That's Apple.
Yeah, that's Apple.
If you'd like to talk tech, if you've got a question for Richard Pascoe, you can give us a call now. 8223 0000 is the number to call. You probably know more than I do about tech. But we'll look at Tammy and say, Tammy, are you happy with that? Do you now know what the cloud is? Yes, she's given us
a thumbs up. Well done.
Happy customer out there.
She'll be running home tonight and backing up her iMac.
Now, talk to me about Apple. There's been lots of announcements. They've been busy.
We haven't had the official announcement yet, but we expect an announcement on either September. We'll expect it, so the new iPhone should be announced on September the 6th or the 7th. So that's going to be new iPhones, new Apple Watches, and maybe new AirPods. Now, the hot rumour came down as well yesterday, that as well as the September event then, for people that want to order them, they think it's going to be September the 7th. It'll probably be the Friday. They'll open the store up straight away after the event this time, and you'll be able to get it on the Friday after. So if you order the iPhone on then, you should be able to get it on the Friday as well.
What more can they offer? What more will this new iPhone be able to do?
Jade, shame on you.
But seriously, what more? They do everything now.
It will be, and it comes out every year, the best iPhone we've ever made.
Wow.
So it'll have a better camera on there. It'll have more bells and whistles. Should be an October event as well now that should see new iPads, new iPad Pros, new M2 Max, the release of the new iPad operating system, and the new Apple operating system as well. So if you're going to buy an Apple product, I wouldn't at the moment until after those have all done.
Let's go to Matt in Gawler. Hi, Matt. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Jade. Hi, Richard. How are you?
Yeah, good, Matt.
Just got a bit of an issue with my Facebook Messenger. I'm not sure what to do with it, Richard. Every time I go into my Facebook messages, it flashes a whole heap of nonsense at me. I don't know if it's an authentication error or something like that, and then it just goes blank. I've tried uninstalling the Facebook app and reinstalling it, tried updating my phone. I can access my messages on my desktop computer, but just for some reason on this phone, it just appears to have, don't know what I've done. I don't know if I've updated something or whatever. I just cannot access any of my messages at all.
What phone have you got, Matt?
S20 Ultra 5G.
And you've removed Facebook and the Facebook Messengers app off there?
Correct, yep. Tried uninstalling, reinstalling both.
Right. Go to your, first, before you do, I'm going to get you to do it again, right? But go to your computer and make sure all the security settings are turned on. Have you done that?
On Facebook, you mean?
On Facebook.
I've got them up fairly high. I'd have to double check them again, though.
Double check them. Make sure you've got recovery email address in there. Make sure you've got two-factor authentication turned on with a recovery phone number. Then, and I'd change your password as well. Then I would log back in. I'd reinstall them back fresh on the phone and re-log back in with that new password.
All right. Thanks, Richard. I'll give it a go.
Thanks, Matt.
Good luck, Matt. Let's talk to Kay now in Lightsview. Hi, Kay.
Oh, hello. Good afternoon.
Hi, Kay.
Hello, guys. Sorry, I just got back. My dog's been barking, so I've put him outside, so I hope he's not going to bark anymore.
Oh, poor thing.
Oh, he's let himself in. He's got in now. I heard you. Yes. The reason why I was calling is about my phone.
Right.
I did have one. That's another question I was going to ask you, but the question today was when I bought a new phone, I went to the Vodashop. They said, no, I do have internet, but when I got back home, I didn't have it again. And when I rang up the 1555 number, I think it was, they told me that, yes, I am out. And when I checked it myself, I wasn't, so I don't know what they were checking. I'm actually in Lightsview. It's coming up Lightsview that there's no problems, but when I put in Greenacres, they are having problems, so I don't know if I'm having problems or not, so I don't know what to do.
It's close, isn't it, Lightsview and Greenacres?
Yeah, well, that's what I thought.
You know, it's their next-door neighbours.
Yeah.
Same,
not going along
but
with them all.
different.
Yeah.
And then when I read it says, it'll be out until 7 o'clock last night. Well, come 7 o'clock and they're still out and still slow, or I can't get the weather, or I can't get anything, can't Google anything, or...
Yeah. Not much I can do to get Vodafone to work harder. Maybe they need to pedal a bit quicker.
Yeah, okay, so you think that by what I've looked up, that the outages are going to be out until the 31st, and just wait and see what happens after that.
I would be ringing up and complaining, and if you complain loud enough, they'll put a credit on your account.
Yes, well,
It's not
they
fit,
are pretty good.
It's to quote Leon, it's not fit for purpose.
No, well, it's not. Have you got someone to help her for that?
No, you just have to keep going there, Kay. Sorry.
Thank you, Kay. We've got Cheryl from Campbelltown on the line. Welcome to the show, Cheryl.
Oh, hello. Yes, I just want to inquire. I had a Lenovo tablet, and when I download my emails and deleted all the stuff you didn't want, it would automatically delete off my home tower desktop.
Yes.
I've now got a Samsung tablet.
Right.
And, you know, when you go away, you download the emails on the tablet, you can delete them, but you come home to like another 200 of them, sort of. You've got to double delete.
You haven't set emails up correctly, Cheryl.
On the PC?
On one of them. So one of them is going to be a POP account, and I'd probably guess one of them is going to be an IMAP account. So what happens is I would have it as setting both the one on the tablet and the computer as an IMAP account. Who's your email provider, Cheryl?
Optus.
Optus. So, you know, you've got to make sure you turn on IMAP for your mail accounts on both. And it might mean you have to reload it on the computer as well.
Okay, and where do I find that IMAP on the
You're going to have to, if you go along and Google Optus IMAP email settings, you'll have to put a username and password and change some settings on there.
Okay,
all right.
I'll have
if you get stuck, give me a call.
Thank you, Cheryl. We're going to take a really short break. Jeanette and Don, stay with us. We'll be with you straight after this short break. But if you'd like to talk to Richard, ask him any questions about technology, 8223 0000 is the number to call.
Oh, yeah, Sip and Save, you've done it again.
Oh, what's so exciting?
The new Sip and Save catalogue. They've got Maker's Mark Bourbon, 700ml for just $47.99.
Great price, but I prefer Scotch.
Well, how about Johnny Walker Black Label Scotch, 700ml for $49.99?
Now that's more like it. Can we get some Cooper's Mild Ale 3.5% as well?
At just $43.99 for a 24-pack? Yes, we can. Prices may vary in country areas. 1 hour delivery available in selected areas. Just download our app. Catalogue specials are now at sipandsave.com.au.
Everyone at the back, please. Sitting quietly, please. In a circle, thank you. Today we're going to talk about what we'd like to be when we grow up.
A police girl. Race car driver. I want to be a gymnast. I want to be a concreter. With Allied Exposed Concrete. I want to be a concreter too. Me too.
AdelaideExposedConcrete.com.au. Best on ground all year round.
What's a concreter?
For over 2 decades, Avanti Care have delivered care with purpose to thousands of South Australians. So it's no surprise that this passion has made Avanti Care Adelaide's leading provider of holistic allied healthcare and wellbeing services. Your health goals matter. Whether you want to conquer Mount Lofty or play tennis with the grandkids, Avanti Care can help you find your how. Avanti Care Health Professionals has grown to over 40 staff with physiotherapists, occupational therapists, exercise physiologists, dietitians, podiatrists, speech pathologists and allied health assistants working together towards your health goals. Avanti Care are also bringing us Healthcare Heroes this year, shining a light on heroes that work for the health and well-being of others. Visit avanticare.com.au.
Oscar, Penny, Hercules, Horatio,
If dogs are a part of your family, you'll want to keep your family protected.
Jasmine, Jenny, Harley.
Simparica Trio gives dogs fast and effective protection from fleas and ticks, deadly heartworm and intestinal worms. A simple monthly chew that keeps your dog safe from deadly parasites inside and out.
Who wants to go for a walk?
So if you're a dog person, you'll want Simparica Trio. Protection from fleas, ticks, intestinal worms and heartworm.
Need hot water? If you're not connected to gas, Trade Services SA can install a new heat pump hot water system in your home from just $995. That's a saving of more than 70% off normal price, all thanks to the government incentive programs, which encourages people to reduce energy. Stay warm this winter. Visit tssa.com.au to see if you're eligible. That's tssa.com.au. Terms and conditions apply.
$13.95. Adelaide's FIVEAA. This is Jade Robran.
Welcome back to Tech Talk. We're joined by Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers, your technology specialist.
We should be talking about what we talked about during the break, shouldn't we, Jade? But it's the wrong time of day.
No, unless you want to go there.
No.
We can have counselling sessions with Richard if you'd like to talk about that. Otherwise, let's go to Jeanette in Sellex Beach. Hello, Jeanette.
Yes, hello. Richard, I've got an iPad that says my iPad storage is full.
Right.
And I've gone into managed storage and it says I've got 38.8 GB of 32 GB used.
Right.
But I don't know what to delete, or can I buy more storage?
No,
or do I
you
have to...
can't, Jeanette. How old's the iPad?
It's quite old. I've had it several years. Yeah.
I would wait until after the October Apple event. I'd go out and buy a basic iPad because the 32 gig one's it's too small on there. But
I've deleted a couple of things and it hasn't made any
no,
difference.
it won't. But if you go into the settings on the iPad and look for the Photos settings under iCloud, you can go along and have optimized iPad storage.
All right.
All right. Now, that might help you get through until you can get a new iPad.
All right. Thanks very much.
All right. Thanks, Jeanette.
Thanks, Jeanette.
Bye.
Hi, Don. We've got Don on the line. There we go. Hi, Don.
Good afternoon to you both.
Hello.
We have just purchased a laptop, a Hewlett-Packard laptop.
Congratulations.
And people are telling us that you've got to do this, that, and all these other things, and we're dumbos when it comes to technology.
Right.
We want to see if there's an organisation that can help us set it up so that everything's correct.
Okay, Don, have you got a pen with you?
I have a pen here.
Okay, 0419
0419
829
829
145.
145. Who's that?
That's me.
Yep, well, we had you before and you looked after us.
Well, that's good, Don. And the thing we've got to remember when we set up new laptops for people is to make sure that we only bring over what we need to bring over for a start, not the rubbish that you might have on there. That we make
that's why we want expert advice.
Yeah, and we make it secure for you straight
All
away.
right,
So
thank you
there's
very
all
much.
sorts of security settings that we make sure we do. And, you know, Jade, it's about making sure that emails are done properly so that basically Don doesn't have to ring me again. I don't
Make
think
it easy.
I don't think I
and
spoke to
safe.
Don about, I probably set up his last laptop about 10 years ago. So, yes.
Well, there you go, repeat customer. Paula has asked you, I'm looking at the new M2 MacBook Air. If you could only afford one upgrade, is it better to upgrade the processor or the memory?
Memory. Go to 32 gig.
Why's that?
You can do more things at once.
Okay.
On there, so you can have many things running, but it's a lovely laptop. And Paula, I'd just say if you get the blue one, be prepared for lots of fingerprints on it because it looks like it's the coating on the front seems to, as soon as you put your fingers on it, there's fingerprints everywhere all over. It looks lovely.
But just don't touch it.
Just don't touch it.
That sounds great. We've got another message here. Hi, guys. Almost daily for the last few weeks, I get calls from a mobile number. I answer hello, then they hang up. Stupid scammers. But what is their point in doing this? Any ideas? It's so annoying.
Just to see if somebody picks up and that number's live because it's a computer-generated number.
And then you get the green yes.
Then they must go
live.
tick and they dump it all, and then you'll probably get a ring in a couple of weeks' time saying your Amazon account's Also Commonwealth Bank, supposedly.
Oh dear, that's annoying. Hi Richard, my 2017 MacBook Pro. So hang on, don't pick them up. Just let them ring
I
out.
don't answer, unless I know it, I just don't answer it now. Let it go to Message Bank.
Yeah, okay, cool. Carl, back to Carl's message. My 2017 MacBook Pro Touch Bar has stopped working. It still lights up though. Any tips on how I could reset this to start working again?
What
even is a Pro Touch Bar?
So it was a little bar that ran across the top row of the computer, and you could set it to do, it did spell check on there. It had an escape key on there. Carl, I'd take it into the Apple Store, and that'd be my first port of call. Go into the Apple Store.
Okay.
Because I'm just thinking 2017 in the back of my mind is one that might have been recalled. You might be able to get that fixed for nothing.
There's a new scam, and it's the Hey Mum scam, and this is really, really worrying because it draws on your heartstrings and your prized possessions, your kids, and it's dirty. I don't like it.
So, and I've got to say, the majority of people who are falling for this are women over 55. So they've been accounting for more than $1.4 million in losses. Wow. So you get a message on WhatsApp, supposedly from your child who might be interstate or overseas, saying, I'm on this number because my phone has been stolen. I have no money. Can you send me $1,000, please, or $3,000? $3,000 seems to be the things I can buy so I can live, buy a new phone, and get on with life on there. You've got to make sure that it's actually your child that you're talking to. That's number one.
Well, the first thing you would do is pick up and ring, wouldn't you, and say, hey, are you okay, and what's happened?
They haven't got a phone.
No.
Because that's why they're messaging you on WhatsApp.
But then you'd ring their old phone just to confirm.
Yeah, well, but people aren't doing it. I spoke to somebody yesterday who gave $1,000 away. Oh,
truly?
Yeah. Because they thought, he's in trouble and stuck in eastern states and can't, so I'll send $1,000. They asked for $3,000, and in there I'm like, no, I'm just going to send you $1,000. Gone. That money's finished.
Oh, golly.
So you've got to go along. If your kids are going away, have a phrase. Right, that basically the two of you know that nobody else will know, so the scammers won't know on there. Like I listen to Jade and Richard every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on FIVEAA. That's the best one you can have.
That would be excellent.
Be
Let's do that.
Yeah.
That's nasty though. That's when they start to bring in your children. That's a no-go zone.
It is a no-go zone.
Oh, okay. Well, look, thank you so much, Richard. And if anybody listening today wants to get in touch with Richard, you can via his website, adelaidetechguy.com.au. And you did just hand out your mobile number, so you are accepting messages, phone calls.
Yes.
The number is
0419 829 145. And you can hear me this Saturday from 12 to 4.
Beautiful. Great to have you back. Coming up afterwards, I've got some Adelaide Royal Show tickets to give away, and I'd love to hear from you. What's your favourite thing to do when you're at the show? Not the rides, but what do you like to... Is it the animals? Is it the sideshow alley? What are some memories that you've got? Share with us. 8223 0000.
This is Adelaide's FIVEAA.
Good afternoon, I'm Michaela Kamareg. Police say an elderly man killed his wife before himself in a suspected murder-suicide at a Glen retirement village. A new survey shows voters would like next week's Jobs and Skills Summit to focus on wages rather than worker shortages. John Farnham could be in ICU for several weeks as he recovers from major surgery following his cancer diagnosis. And the turmoil at Essendon continues. Today, the Bombers' CEO has quit. Showers tonight, a low of 9, a shower or 2 tomorrow and 16. Currently it's 13 degrees. More news at 4 o'clock and as it happens on 5AA.
You've heard of craft beers, sour beers, hoppy beers, malty beers, wild yeast beers, Rolling Stone beers, Indian pale beers and homebrew beers. But do you ever want just beer? Every Friday at 7:22, Just Beer is just $5. And for just $5, it's always just as cold, just as frothy, and just as tasty. Just like always. Just a pub the way it's meant to be, with classic favourites on tap for just $5 every Friday. Visit 722 Bar and Bistro, Port Road, Beverley.
Lawless, the white and
people. Yes, Lawlers are still the white ant people, celebrating over 80 years in pest control. For termite and other pest problems, call Lawlers today on 8443 9636 or online at lawlerpestcontrol.com.au for really good information on all pests. Call Lawlers, the people you can trust, on 8443 9636 for a free survey and quote. That's 8443 9636.
Lawlers, the white ant people. Need a forklift? Don't just get a forklift, get a Toyota forklift. Toyota is the world's #1 forklift brand with a great range of pallet jacks, walkie stackers and reach forklifts right up to their leading Toyota counterbalance forklifts. Legendary reliability and safety with cleaner, greener electric options, Toyota can tailor the right forklift solution for you. It's all part of the Toyota forklift advantage. For more, visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au. Get a Toyota forklift.
The cost of living is still going up, so the Albion Hotel is doing something about it with a palmy and pint for just $20. Available every day from 12 p.m. Choose a chicken or beef palmy served with hot chips and choice of salad or veg, plus any trackside pint on tap for $20. Bet you didn't think $20 could stretch that far. Only available in the trackside bar at the Albion from 12 p.m. daily with a palmy and pint for just $20. You just know it's a Barreau Hotel. T's and C's apply.
Cancer. It takes so much from all of us. It takes our sisters, brothers, mums, dads, and mates. This Daffodil Day, Cancer Council is asking you to give thanks, give hope, give a shout out, and give it everything you've got to support life-changing cancer research. In SA, there are 31 new cancer cases diagnosed every day. Show your support and donate to Cancer Council's Daffodil Day at daffodilday.com.au.
So you've got a will. That's good. But do you know where it is? Or when it was updated last? Have your circumstances changed? An old or poorly thought out will can leave problems for your family and those you love. And it can be expensive to sort out. Don't let that be your legacy. From the simplest to the most complex wills and estate plans, you can trust Donlan Lawyers to help carry out your wishes. Wills and estate planning? Visit donlanlawyers.com.
Jade Robran on 1395, Adelaide's 5AA.
Welcome back to the show. Coming up after 4 o'clock, it's Timmy G and Rowie in the sports chairs, fresh from a trip to the sunny state. You're looking wonderful. How was Brisbane?
I feel like I've been run over by the plane. Look, it was fast and furious. Went up for Rugby Australia HQ.
Learned what a try was.
Yeah, correct. Saw all the guys in the training camp that they were in. And
that would have been pretty cool, actually.
It was really good, but they're terrific blokes. But I've got to say that they were on edge. We're not happy with their loss to
let's
Argentina.
Be honest, they haven't been going very well.
And yeah, so they had a good win against Argentina, then they backed it up with a bad loss. So they've sort of been stewing on that, if you like, and they're not very happy about it. So they're looking to make amends against the Springboks this Saturday.
Did you give them some tips on shake it off, fellas?
I was a little bit on to it. Could actually do you the world of good because you'll have a steely focus for this weekend, and you've always got to take the blue sky approach.
Well, that's right,
yes.
Glass half full.
Exactly.
And like 40,000 tickets have been sold, so fair audience they're expecting. That's
I do
great.
believe once we went to air last night that it sold another. Yeah.
Well, that's why you went.
Exactly
you were
right.
The saviours.
To promote it. So no, it's going all right, and I think with the early game is actually between the Wallaroos and the Black Ferns from New Zealand. They're the world champs, Black Ferns. The Springboks are the existing world champs. So you've got sort of the best in the world playing our Aussies. So hopefully we can get out there, support them at Adelaide Oval and get them over the line.
It's a good showdown, that's for sure. What else are you talking about tonight?
Yes, well, it's been announced that the Adelaide Crows are going to make FIVEAA their home base. So they've got a lot to sort out to make that work. But there's a lot of questions around it too, which we got John Olsen on tonight to give us a bit of an overview and answer some of those questions. So, what's going to be in the facility? Will it be a licensed venue? Will they avoid any South Road extensions? Will they? There's a lot of questions to sort through.
Parking for all the residents in the area
as well, because Thebby's never been great
Not
for
really.
parking. So made me debut there, and even I had to park about at Alberton basically and walk there. So that was a long time.
Didn't roll out the red carpet. How rude.
Yeah. Cold showers and mud. That'll do you, Timmy. So, and yeah, we got Lauren Arnell, the coach of Port Adelaide's AFLW side. And of course, they make their debut against the West Coast this week in Perth.
Oh, cool. Well, thank you very much. Good to have you back.
Look forward to it.
All of that coming up after 4 o'clock today. We'd love you to reward someone who works in healthcare with $1,000 thanks to Avanti Care's Healthcare Heroes. Nominate today on the win page at 5AA.com.au and give back to those that work in aged care, disability, allied health or the medical professions. If they work hard to improve the health and well-being of others, well, in our eyes, they're heroes and they definitely deserve the recognition and rewards. Your nomination could earn them $1,000 cash. That is thanks to our friends at Avanti Care. Well, earlier in the show, we touched on a meeting that was happening this morning in regards to the freeway. And if you travel on the freeway, chances are you've been caught up in an accident, whether it be major or minor, or witnessed a near miss. It's certainly a problem area of our roads in the state. And today a summit with the Transport Minister, Tom Koutsantonis, the RAA, SA Police and the National Heavy Vehicle Regulator, they all met to discuss the future and the safety of the road. Steve Shearer is the South Australian Road Transport Association Chief Executive and has been calling for changes for years, but his calls, I guess, have fallen on deaf ears. This summit, it comes on the back of that Queensland truckie who's been charged with driving while unlicensed and endangering life after that major crash on Adelaide's Southern Eastern Freeway. And of course, he was granted bail. I believe he's going to face court around December. Anyway, Steve Shearer joins us now. Steve, welcome to the show. Thanks for your company.
Yeah, my pleasure, Jade.
In your eyes, what have you been campaigning? What are the major problems on the freeway?
Look, firstly, to put it in context, and this was said today by an Assistant Commissioner of the South Australian Police, plus the Minister, senior people in the department, and even the Chief Executive of the Centre for Automotive Safety Research, a very important road safety unit at Adelaide Uni. They all said the same thing that we've been saying for quite a while. The number of incidents as a percentage is extremely low. We've had 4, 5, depending on how you qualify them, serious incidents in the last 8 years out of 5.5 million trucks coming down the hill. We're not saying that that's acceptable because we don't want any. But the point is, everybody today, it was a really, really good meeting, and we applaud Tom Koutsantonis for doing what a few of us had asked for, and he had no problem. He would have done it anyway, I think. But what we all recognised today, and it's important that this be understood, we're dealing with the needle in the haystack. Properly serviced and maintained trucks, driven properly by professional drivers, which happens 99.9999% of the time, are perfectly safe coming down the freeway. The challenge is, A, how do you reach out to that very small minority who are having a problem, and B, noting, as we suspected, and today the Assistant Commissioner of Police confirmed it, in the majority of instances it's been driver error, which really comes down to they've come over the top either a bit too fast and or they have failed to get into the appropriate low gear for the size and weight of the truck they've got and put on their engine brake. The engine brake's not in the wheels, it's in the engine, and it means you don't have to use your foot brake and you don't overheat them so that you've got no brakes if and when you do need them. So how do you get to those people either before they come into South Australia, because most of them, if they're not Adelaide Hills drivers, and there have been a few of them, the ones from interstate, they don't know about the hill because this hill is very unusual. There are only 2 in the country that are anything like it, one in Queensland and one in WA, but neither of those have got an intersection in a metropolitan area at the bottom. So they come to the hill expecting it's going to be like any other hill. It goes down and then it's going to go up again. But it doesn't go back up again. It just keeps going down. So gravity has got you for the full journey. And if you're doing it properly, it's about 20 minutes. If you're out of control, it can be 7 or 8 minutes if you make it the whole way. How do you reach those people before they get here or when they arrive at the top? And what can you do, if anything, to force them, even if they're ignorant about the hill, to force them to get into the appropriate low gear? A lot of your listeners are probably thinking it's easy, make them all stop. Everyone at today's meeting understood and agreed that that is actually impossible because you've got 660,000 trucks, one every 48 seconds on average coming down the hill. If you make them all stop at any part of the journey, you will have trucks queued up back to Murray Bridge. And we're not worried about delay. It becomes a safety problem. So what we talked about are things like options at the top where there's a long stretch before the descent where they have to slow down, or a chicane, a bigger version of a Formula One chicane that forces all trucks to slow down, and that will mean that will put them into a low gear. A lot of people thought, yeah, that'll fix it, until I said, well, if you're in an automatic truck, if you haven't locked that low gear in, and some drivers apparently, it would seem, are not doing that. If you haven't locked that in, then as soon as you come over the top of the hill, that gravity will grab you, the truck will start accelerating, and before you know it, you can't get it back into the low gear. So that's part of the solution. The information going out to industry, we talked about how we can improve that and make it an ongoing thing, not just a once every 5 years PR flyer. But then you need things along the route, such as using the technology to spot a truck that's in trouble and maybe control the lights at the bottom. But there was discussion today about maybe redesigning the intersection at the bottom and holding particularly the crossroad traffic further back so they're not sitting there at right angles to a truck that might be coming through the intersection because it's out of control. But the best solution in a practical sense, but it needs to be assessed, is the idea of providing further up the route, you re-engineer the road so that you provide a good section of either level road or even an incline so trucks go back up, because we explained today that already on the section when a truck approaches the second arrestor bed, the road levels out and a first-time driver from interstate will see their truck slowing down and they might believe, because they don't know the road goes down again, they might believe they can pull it up. And so they don't use the arrestor bed. So lots of things we're talking about. Probably the biggest one for the public, one of the issues is the speed. We asked about 8 years ago for truck speed to be reduced to 40. The department worked out with sophisticated modelling that wouldn't work because the truck queue would back up past the entrance to the arrestor beds and that would be unsafe. They're going to review that.
Good.
And if it looks like it'll be doable and be safe, then that could happen quickly. But if it does, Jade, if you slow the trucks down to 40 for safety reasons, the general motoring traffic will also be slowed down, not to 40, but it'll be slowed down by 10 or 20 kilometres per hour, because one of the absolute facts in road safety is you don't have different classes of vehicles travelling at massively different speeds. So if you had trucks doing 30 or 40, and some of them come down at 20, if you had them doing that speed and there are cars flying past them at 90 or 100, it's a very serious safety risk if anything happens and a truck needs to pull out. So all of that's on the table. There's a lot to be worked on, and we're going to meet again in a month. But I've got to say I'm very, very confident that we will be able to get effective solutions in place. And, if it does result in a reduction in speed limits for motorists on the road, I'm sure there'll be complaints. But you know what? maybe it's a good thing that everybody on that road slows down. Most people are fine, but there really are some foolish drivers who go way too fast, and maybe they just need to get organised and leave home 5 minutes earlier.
Well, Steve, if it means that we all get to A and B safe and alive, then hopefully everybody's on board. But how refreshing just knowing that something is going to be done, because for years and years we've been, banging on about this. And, like you just mentioned, 9 times out of 10, everybody does the right thing. The minority ruin it for the majority, but it only takes that one idiot, this Queensland truckie, driving unlicensed. I mean, and they don't know the roads, but we can't be seeing these events happen ever again. So I think that's great. Very welcoming news. Steve Shearer there, SA Road Transport Authority, joining us. If you'd like to join the conversation, what's the solution? What do you think that should be done? Is it another arrest bed? Is it reduce the speed limit? Introducing compliance officers, perhaps? 8223 0000 is the number. We're going to take a short break. Coming up on the other side, let's give away those Royal Adelaide Show tickets.
Join 5AA Breakfast Fridays from 7:55 for Blakey's weekly wrap-up in song.
Everybody lining up for complimentary rapid antigen test.
I feel sick about the rate of inflation. Someone needs to be in line for castration.
The big stories of the week, as performed by Blakey.
Coots and toners, poor old Tom.
Fridays at 7:55.
Take the sterile swab and shove it up your nose.
On 5AA Breakfast.
We're for bringing you great savings at The Advertiser. Subscribe today and enjoy 7-day newspaper home delivery plus digital access for just $1 a day for the first 3 months. Search The Advertiser offer today. Min cost $31. Conditions apply.
At Coles, get $15 off and 10 times Flybuys points when you spend $200 or more in one transaction online. Just enter the code SAVE15 at the checkout. Coles, value the Australian way. T's and C's apply. Offer ends August 30.
The final stage of FIVEAA Glenelg Retirement Apartments are now selling, a modern lifestyle community for over 55s in the heart of Adelaide's premier beachside suburb. These brand new apartments will feature private balconies and outstanding views of the Adelaide Hills or Glenelg Beach. Only 7 apartments remain in the Stage 3 development, with generous 2-bedroom designs with premium upgrades also available. Enjoy quality amenities and effortless living in a lively and connected community with a first-class inclusive community centre. Be close to boutique retail shopping, transport, convenient everyday amenities and premium dining and entertainment venues. This newest offering from Caridis Retirement Villages is selling fast. With limited apartments on offer, now is the time to downsize into our premier retirement village. Visit avistaglenelg.com.au, that is avistaglenelg.com.au, and you can give Jane or Paul a buzz on 1300 796 311 to find out more.
Secret Sounds presents Harvest Rock, November 19 and 20, Adelaide's Rymal and King Rodney Parks. See Jack White, Crowded House, The Black Crows and more. Plus delectable food and innovative bars. Tickets on sale August 24. Sign up for pre-sale at harvestrock.com.
Feel that chill? Winter is here, and so are high heating bills. Trade Services SA can install an air conditioner that heats and cools your home from just $599. That's a saving of more than 70% off normal price, thanks to the state government's REPS initiative, which encourages people to reduce energy. Visit tssa.com.au to see if you're eligible. That's tssa.com.au. Terms and conditions apply.
Barnacle Bill, serving South Australia with quality cooked seafood for over 50 years. Each order is freshly prepared using the finest quality seafood. Sumptuous prawns, calamari, mouth-watering butterfish and chips with Barnacle Bill's own tartare sauce. From a snack pack for 1, crew pack for 4 or for the whole family. Come in and see why Barnacle Bill has been serving South Australia quality seafood for over 50 years.
Fresh from the sea, it's gotta be Barnacle Bill.
Introducing the all-new Kia Niro, available as a hybrid or full electric model. This SUV is smarter than your average car, featuring Kia Connect technology. Take control of your Niro with your smartphone. Cold out? Turn up the heat before you get in. Forgot where you parked? Relax, the app will lead the way. The all-new Kia Niro in hybrid or all-electric. It's smarter than your average car.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Jade Robran, talking Adelaide on 1395 5AA.
Welcome back to Afternoons. Dougie's messaged in, hello, put a truck lane in. All trucks must stop before they get to the toll gate. Pretty simple. We got Mark on the line. Hi, Mark. What do you think is the solution?
Hi, Jade. As somebody that uses the Southeastern Freeway pretty well every day, I find coming down, you get the trucks that are doing the right thing. They're sticking at the 60 k's an hour. Then you have other trucks that are coming up behind those that are doing the 60 k's an hour, and they can't actually pull up behind those trucks and just follow them down. They feel the need to pull out to the right, go round them, and then pull in front of them.
Yep.
I also find that the Adelaide Metro buses they're like mobile chicanes. They don't seem to stick to the 60k speed limit coming down. Then you throw in also the other people that are in a rush to get to town, and it's 90 k's down. But seriously, I set my cruise control to about 87, and the cruise control keeps me down around that speed. But I've got I've got vehicles going around the outside of me, diving off to the left, going into the truck lane, and it's just ridiculous. Personally, I think, and I'm not the greatest fan of speed cameras, but I tell you what, you put 2 or 3 speed cameras in there, it would be amazing how much of a difference it would actually make.
So true, and I know what you mean. I set mine in a really low gear, and that's how I get down there. And I don't care if I'm going well under the speed limit. I'm safe and I'm well away from the trucks. But I find, exactly like Mark said, if they're the trucks that they take up the double lane when they're trying to overtake each other, and then you've got the other cars that don't want to get stuck around them because, God forbid, something happens to the trucks. You don't want to be anywhere near those trucks, so you're trying to dart around them, get out of their way. And it just goes on and on and on. So, I hear what you're saying, Mark. Dave, welcome to the show.
G'day, Jade. I reckon just after Crofers, we turn that far left-hand lane into a truck and bus-only lane.
Yes.
You put dividers all the way down the hill. Every 500 or 600 metres, you can put be quiet. Camera. You can put a gap in it, so if a car gets into trouble, it can pull off. But the one thing we do at the top is a boom gate, so every truck and bus must stop, get in the low gear, and then come down the hill on their engine brake. They can't speed then.
That's not a bad idea. So after Crafers, they turn into the far left-hand lane, and there's a boom gate. You have to go into it.
And they have to go into it. They have to stop. That way they can pick the right gear, because a lot of these trucks these days aren't manuals, they're automatics, right? And I see people in automatic cars coming down there riding their brakes because they simply don't understand about dropping it back a gear, and your rev limiter will hold you to a certain speed. But what we do with the trucks, they must stop, they must select the right gear, come down with their engine brake, they can't go over the speed limit.
Yeah, Dave, not a bad solution, but like Steve Shearer said, you can't have them banked up behind each other, because if then their brakes fail, then you're in all sorts. So it's that domino effect, isn't it? So it's complicated. Kathy has called in about the Royal Show. Kathy, what's your favourite thing to do at the Royal Show?
Oh, hello, Jade. Yeah, look, I love the log chopping.
Oh, yeah. God, they're strong.
I'm in my 60s now, but when I was younger, my grandmother used to board people that like choppers from Tasmania. So we used to know some people there, and so it was always a thrill to go. We'd talk to them, and so ever since then, even as an adult, and then my own children now, and now grandchildren I hope to introduce this year, to go and see them. We'll always sit there for an hour or so or more. Love it. Just love the log chopping. Yeah.
Oh, I love that, Kathy. Thank you so much. Stay on the line. David, good afternoon.
Hello, how are you?
Very good. What do you love about the show?
That's good. Oh, look, there's a few things, but one that sticks in my mind as a little kid was hanging around the dairy pavilion and trying all the cheese and the ice cream and the yogurt and people everywhere, and it was just chock-a-block, all the yummy food to try in that dairy pavilion.
Oh, and I remember trying full cream milk for the first time. It was so creamy and still warm. David, stay on the line. Congratulations, you have won a Wallace Cinema Pass. You can catch a movie this week at Midgem, Mount Barker or Noarlunga. Kathy, congratulations. You have won the Family Pass to the Adelaide show. It is back after 2 years, and we'd love you and your family to get back to enjoy everything that the show has to offer. Tickets are available at theshow.com.au or Foodland, and the show is on from September 3 to 11. Another thing we would love you to do is to nominate someone in your life that may work in the healthcare industry. They can win $1,000. That's thanks to Avanti Care's Healthcare Heroes. Nominate them today on the win page at fiveaa.com.au and give back to those who work in aged care, disability care, allied health or a medical profession. If they work hard to improve the health and well-being of others, they are a hero in our eyes and deserve the recognition. Your nomination could earn them $1,000 cash thanks to Avanti Care. Well, Rowie and Timmy Sports Show is coming up next. Thanks so much for your company. I am going home to walk the dog so that I can live longer. Have a great afternoon.
Saturday mornings from 9. Join KG and Cornsey for the Saturday Sports Show.
Hello, Matt. I'm a Port Magpie and Port Power member. I just want to know what your thoughts are of maybe the Magpies leaving the FANFL, about how unfair it is about having the